First grand strategy that the United States can choose is isolationism, which, as many of you know, was what the United States chose pretty much up until 1941, when we went into World War II. Isolationism is not a viable strategy today, but the logic that underpins isolationism is very powerful. In this room, when I teach students, I always say you want to pay very serious attention to the logic underpinning isolationism. The reason that Franklin D. Roosevelt had such enormous difficulty defeating the isolationists in the 30s and very early 40s was because there's a powerful logic that underpins it. And isolationism basically says that the United States is physically separated from those areas of the world that have other great powers by giant moats called the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. And because it's almost impossible to cross those moats and attack the United States, we are remarkably secure. And when you marry that simple fact with the fact that we have thousands of nuclear weapons, it's hard to see why we should care who dominates Europe or who dominates Asia. So what if Imperial Germany or Nazi Germany dominates Europe? They can't get at us. So what if Imperial Japan or some future Chinese threat dominates China? How are they going to get across the Pacific Ocean? As you all know, the Pacific Ocean is 6,000 miles wide. You think there's going to be a Normandy-like invasion on the California beaches as the Chinese Navy transports troops 6,000 miles across the Pacific Ocean? Not going to happen. It's that kind of logic that underpins isolationism. Hard to argue against. This is what Roosevelt was up against. I'm not an isolationist.